Welcome to the video lessons for today. I'm going to discuss about how to create and prepare projected income statement and balance sheet. So, our learning objective is to prepare projected income statement and balance sheet. So, before I'm going to discuss the projected income statement and balance sheet, let's review the basic terms about income statement and balance sheet account titles. So, in income statement, there are two types, the functional form and natural form. So, in functional form, when we say functional form, it is a type of income statement used by manufacturer or merchandiser or merchandising business. It consists of net sales, cost of goods sold, gross profit, expenses like interest expense, operational expense, and tax expense. Also, the outcome of income statement if there is a net income or net loss. In natural form, it is used by service business. It consists of service revenue, expenses, which is all types of expenses of in business, and the outcome if there is a net income or net loss. Next is the balance sheet account title. So in balance sheet, it consists of assets, liability, and the capital or equity. So in assets, there are two types, the current assets and non-current assets. So when we say current assets, these are the short-term life. For example, cash, inventories, accounts receivable, and prepaid expense. Next is the non-current assets. When you say non-current assets, these are the long-term kind of asset. So, for example, property, plant, equipment, land, machines, furniture and fixtures, and so on and so forth. And in liability, there are two types also, the current liability and non-current liability. So current liability, for example, is the accounts payable. And for non-current liability, which is for long term, the bonds payable and also the mortgage payable. And also in the capital or equity, which is the owner's capital. So in Tagalog, puhunan mismo ng business. Uulitin ko, assets is ito yung mga pagmamayari ng business or ng individual. Liability, ito yung mga utang or mga kailangang bayaran ni business or individual. And also the capital or equity, which is the puhunan. So since na-recall na tayo, let's proceed to the main topic, which is how to create a projected income statement and balance sheet. So, paano nga ba gumawa ng projected income statement and balance sheet? So, here are the 5 tips na pwede nating magamit for you to easily create a projected income statement and balance sheet. So number 1, start in making tabular form in order to easily create and organize a statement. So kapag gumamit ka ng tabular form or table, magiging madali at organize yung gagawin mong projected income statement and balance sheet. Kasi hindi yung mga ilalagay mo mga data, hindi ka malilito. Kumbaga naka-align lahat, naka-organize. Second, make an assumption of every account by increase or decrease using percentage. Pag sinabi nating assumption, nag-a-assume tayo na for the following year, magkakaroon tayo ng increase or decrease. So gagamit tayo ng percentage. So for example, this year, meron tayong 100,000 na cash. So let's assume na next year, magkakaroon tayo ng increase na 50%. Ganun yung ibig sabihin ng assumption. Nag-a-assume tayo na merong mangyayaring decrease or decrease. Next, in using percentage of assumption, you will know what will be the result in every account. So sa percentage pa lang na assumption natin, magkakaroon na tayo kaagad ng idea kung yung business ba or yung accounts ba na gagawin natin ay magiging maayos o hindi. Kung ano yung magiging outcome nun. So in number 4, make sure that you are going to analyze the data as a balance, equal, and connected. Always remember these 3. Kailangan balance sa balance sheet, equal, and also connected. Konektado yung parehas na yan. Lahat ng financial statement ay connected. Kapag ang ginawa mong income statement ay hindi connected sa balance sheet or sa iba pang mga types ng financial statement, ibig sabihin nun, hindi accurate yung data na nilalagay mo. Meron kang maling na ilalagay or baka nag-invento ka lang. So always remember these 3, balance, equal, and connected. And number 5, Last is finalize your answer in writing double line in every total or net account. So in accounting, kapag magkakaroon na tayo ng final answer or total in every account and net income account, net account, kailangan natin maglagay palagi ng double line rules. So since this 5 tips ay pag naintindihan nyo na to, let's proceed to the. So for example, in preparing projected income statement, we have an assumption of there is a 20% increase in net sales in 2020 and increase in cost of sale is 25%, gross profit is 10%, operating expense is 10%, and non-operating expense is 1%. And also the net profit is 10% sales. So there is an increase. So required, make a projected income statement for 2020. So we use this tabular form, and don't forget the upper part or the heading, which is the name of the company, and the income statement, and then for the year ended December 31, 2020. So in 2019, meron tayong data na sa net sales na 300,000. Sa cost of goods sold, 200,000. And the gross profit is 100,000. So 300,000 minus 200,000 is equivalent to 100,000. So meron tayong operating expense na 60,000 and non-operating expense na 3,000. So in total, meron tayong net income na 37,000. So the assumption na nilagay natin kanina o binasa natin, kailangan natin na i-compute for 2019. For 2020 purposes, which is the assuming amount. So sa assumption, which is assuming natin na sa 2020 may nagkaroon ng increase na 20%. So 300,000 times 20% is equivalent to 60,000. So 300,000 plus 60,000 is equivalent to 360,000 of net sales. Ibig sabihin, meron tayong net sales sa 2020 na 360 since nagkaroon tayo ng increase na 20%. Next, sa cost of goods sold, meron tayong 200,000 sa 2019 and nag-increase tayo ng 25%. So 200,000 times 25% is equivalent to 50,000. So 50,000 plus 200,000 is equivalent to 250,000. So 360,000 minus cost of goods sold, which is 250,000, is equivalent to 110,000. So malalaman din natin kung tama ba yung assumption natin kapag divide natin ang 100,000 sa 110,000. So in operating expense naman, nagkaroon tayo ng increase na 10%. So 60,000 times 10% is equivalent to 66,000. So in non-operating expense naman, nagkaroon tayo ng increase na 1%. So 3,000 times 1% is equivalent to 3,030. So in total, meron tayong net income for 2020 na 40,970 pesos. Preparing projected balance sheet. So meron din tayong assumptions. Cash is expected to increase by 20% in 2019. Inventories will increase by 10%. Accounts payable will decrease by 20% due to the payment by the company. And the capital is expected to increase by more than 10%. So here is the answer. So in 2019, meron tayong data na 100,000, inventories na 30,000. So meron tayong total current asset na 130,000. So meron tayong asset or non-current asset na 60,000, which is the equipment. So in total of assets, meron tayong 190,000. So in 2019. Next, in accounts payable, which is the liability, meron tayong 75,000, and the owner's equity is 115,000. So in total 190,000. So make sure na balance and equal ang amount ng total assets at total liabilities and equity. Next, we use the assumption. So, letter A, assumption in cash expected to increase by 20% in 2020. So, ibig sabihin, nag-assume tayo na in 2020, nag-increase tayo ng 20%. So, 100,000 times 20% is equivalent to 20,000. So, 20,000 plus 100,000 is equivalent to 120,000 pesos in cash of 2019. Next, the inventories will increase by 10%. So, in 2020, nag-increase daw ang inventories na 10%. So, 30,000 times 10% is equivalent to 3,000. So, 3,000 plus 30,000 is equivalent to 33,000. So, in 2019, meron tayong inventories na 33,000. So, in total, meron tayong total current asset na 153,000 sa 2020. And for equipment, since wala tayong assumption dyan, copy lang natin. So, 60,000 lang din dito. Dahil walang increase or decrease na nangyari sa equipment. So, it means, meron tayong total assets na 213,000. Next, for the accounts payable, sa assumption natin, nilagay doon na nag-decrease ng 20%. So, ibig sabihin, lumiit yung liabilities natin. So, 75,000 times 20% is equivalent to 15,000. So, 75 minus 15,000 is equivalent to 60,000 pesos. So, it means meron tayong 60,000 sa 2019 na accounts payable since nag-decrease siya ng 20%. And also, sa owner's equity, which is the capital, nag-increase tayo ng 10%. So, in total, meron tayong owner's equity na 153,000. So, 60,000 plus 153 is equivalent to 213. So, it means balance ang total assets and total liabilities and equity, which is 213,000 and 213,000. So, in conclusion, in order to easily create the projected income statement, you must familiarize yourself the basic accounting principle such as name of account titles, increase or decrease, debit or credit, balance, and so on and so forth. And also the assumption of every accounting period. So I hope you understand the lessons and thank you for watching.